Come on in, come on in. Oh, it's been a minute, guys. Hey, Miss LaWanda, darling, happy Friday. Girl, I know you say happy Friday. I'm so tired. I am so tired. Miss April been running crazy, y'all. Hey, Miss Lakeisha Bass, let me get y'all pulled up on my computer because I'm sitting here looking at my little tiny phone. I said I'm in my house coat and pajamas. I said I was gonna come just like this, y'all. I ain't lying. And I said, no, don't, no, Miss April, don't do that. Don't do that. Let me get y'all pulled up here real quick. My tooth been bothering me. Hey, there go Miss LaWanda. She said, happy Friday, April and chat. Miss Lakeisha Bass said, hi, Miss April Love and chat. Have a nice weekend. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss LaWanda, for my floaty heart. Julie, thanks. Thank you, girl. Patty Andrews, hi, darling. What happened to my chat? It went somewhere. Hi, sweet Patty Andrews. Hey, Miss April Mods in chat. Hi, girl. Me too, girl. Maxing and relaxing with, and me too. Guess what I'm watching, Miss LaWanda? Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg. Girl, I watched it yesterday. It was so darn good that I missed a couple like pieces of it. And I said, I'm going to watch this thing. I'm going to just focus on the movie. It is so good. It got the nerve to be kind of have like some comic to it. It's on Prime Video. But Mark Wahlberg plays the heck out of this role, y'all. It is so good. You know it had to be good for me to watch again. Shoot. But so yep, I'm me too. I'm chilling. I've been running. I went out today for Black Friday. I haven't done that in years, y'all. Um, we are, I'm changing my living room around. I still haven't gotten it finished. That's why I'm not showing it because I got to get like a couple throw rugs, a couple curtain things to hang. Couple other things and hang some pictures. And once I do that, I promise you I will show it. My carpet's not bad, but I'm going to get my carpet cleaned. I just believe in getting it cleaned every so many months, like every 6 months, because I can't stand a nasty carpet. I don't even want when we get our house, we are going to be looking for the they only have the carpet in the bedrooms, but I don't want no more carpet. It's carpet is not a good move. I think that they're changing that. If you notice when you go look to buy homes, there a lot of them are not carpet. Even in apartment complexes, they're putting in the tile floors. They're not doing carpet anymore, only in the bedrooms. So but I'm gonna get this carpet clean. So once I get all that stuff done, and also I have been redoing John's man cave. He had some old, y'all. Look, when I tell you the furniture was so old, it was just old. And I said, John, no, we're not doing this. And so we moved, like he had some stands and stuff in there, and we've been moving stuff out of there. So now I'm starting to put stuff back in there. I went today and bought everything for him. And I was so excited. I came home, I said, I got a surprise. And he got so excited. He said, is it Christmas? I said, nope. So I bought him a bunch of stuff for his room, y'all. I bought him a bed. I bought him some new curtains. I bought him what the heck? A stand. Um, I was going to buy a chair. He has a nice chair, but I want him to get a more comfortable chair. I gave him the chair that I had when I was working remotely. But only reason I didn't get the chair, guys, is because I want them to put it together for me and then bring it home. And where I saw the chair, they didn't do that. So I was like, forget that. You okay? So anyway, I'm rambling. Let me finish getting in the chat. I just been very very busy doing stuff. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope everybody else did. Um, I went to my daughter's. My daughter did her big one. She wasn't going to cook, and I know she did it for me. And so I went over there, and it was just a wonder. I had such a wonderful time, y'all, especially with my grandson. Y'all, whoever's my friend on Facebook, I know y'all saw that post that I posted. But yeah, y'all, it was beautiful. And what I realize is, we have family members that are no longer with us, and we miss them. And I like a couple weeks because I haven't been on here in a while, and I think it was last week. For that whole week, all I did was cry, y'all. Every day, I was shedding a tear. Just and it wasn't even like pinpointing certain things. I know it was missing my daughter, the grief, just grieving her and my brother both. And every time I was talk, I start crying. But what I realized, I said, God, I thank you that I have these emotions that I can do this. You feel what I'm saying? So I just felt the emotion and then got through it. That's it. That's all. And this Thanksgiving was so special for me, guys, because I realized that even though the people that we miss are not here, thank God for the people that we have here. And that's what I focused on. I focused on what it was going on around me. You understand? And even talking about the ones that are no longer here, the good times with them. So it was good. And then also I put up a tree. I haven't put up a tree in over 20 years. So that I'm getting the spirit of Christmas back. And something is just new happening to me, y'all. I can't explain it. And I just, my thing more so for Thanksgiving, I was praying for people that I knew were struggling, that I knew would be struggling. I sent up prayers and said, God, for anyone that I know, please, if they're struggling on this day, show them your love. And I meant that thing from the bottom of my heart. But let me go on. Everybody's greeting each other. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Hey, Life of Patricia, I see you, girl. How have you been, darling? And how's our son? Well, how's your son? But I could call him my cyber son. He's just so cute and funny and wonderful. And I know he loves his mama. I just respect that young man so much, Patricia. I really do. I admire your son. And he's doing so well on social media also, and in his life. And that's a blessing. There goes Sheena B. Sheena, I'm too tired to do you said, Mr. John, you said you cray. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about that in a minute, Sheena B. But I'm even if I was on the camera, I'm too tired to do the robot girl. I am exhausted. You hear me? Hey, beautiful Annette. Hi, my beautiful girl. I see you in the building. Let me see. I'm scrolling down because I want to get everybody. God is moving. Miss LaWanda, I'm going to pin you. God is moving in your life, April. You are giving him what he wants for us all his time. You see it, Miss LaWanda. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for just, because the Spirit of God is abiding in you, girl. You see it. Thank you so much for that, because that is so true. That is so true. I can't even explain to you, guys, the stuff that's going on for real, even with me and John. Guys, I looked at John as an investment. I don't think there's nothing wrong with looking at a marriage being an investment. I don't care what nobody say. That's just how I view it, and I'm sticking to it. There definitely should be love there, but I think that I don't think it's healthy to have this unhealthy love in a marriage. I think, and this is just Miss April's belief and from my past experiences, being married. This is my third one, y'all. When I tell y'all, I love John very, 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 very much. I'm so grateful for John. I don't care what nobody think about him. I don't care. You understand? If nobody else give him his props and his love, Miss April gonna give it to him, because I know God gave this man to me, and he is beautiful and he's precious. He get on my damn nerve. And he know he do. But when I tell you, I love him, and I want him to have the best of everything. And the beautiful thing is, Miss LaWanda, he knows that. He does. And like I'll remind him every now and again, John, the man I married, you a strong man. Because you got to be a strong man to deal with Miss April. You got to be a strong man to deal with a strong woman. You understand? You got to be a man. And that's facts, Jack. So, and I remind him of that every so often. You got to, it ain't, I'm not carrying you like a child. We're not each other's children. We are husband and wife. We work together. We like there's expectations that I have when it comes to him with certain things. I'll give you an example. I'm very high strung, very, very sporadic, anxiety. I get romantic. John is real calm. Okay, John is the type that I'll be like, oh my God, what we gonna do? Oh no, this is crazy. He'll be like, it's gonna be all right. Don't worry about it. It's good. We good. So when he does that, that helps Miss April. So that's where the balance comes. And then you got to remember, John did 28 straight years in prison. So Miss April's more savvy in a lot of out in worldly things. So, teaching him things. It's like literally certain things I'll be like, in my mind, I'll be thinking, how could he not know that? But then I got to remember, he missed 28 years of living outside in this world. You understand? But we work good together. And I get on his nerve, but like I said, I just love him. Like I've never, it's a different kind of love that I have, and a respect for him. I think it's growth on my part. If I could say it, I wish I could have had this thought process in my first marriage, because my first marriage, he was a good man. He was a good man. You understand? But Miss April wasn't in the, I guess I could say the right frame of mind, or having the right mindset, or whatever, or not I wasn't grew up enough. That's it. Okay. Because, like marriage, they say for better or for worse. Thank you guys for the gifts. I see them. Marriage is for better or for worse. And sometimes it gets worse, guys. It does. Like I see Johnny getting older. And like I told him the other day, I said, God helps those who help themselves. I said, and sometimes I feel like John gets comfortable with me doing everything. And I have to remind him, no, I can't do everything. You understand, guys? And I'm just being transparent, but we communicate and we talk about those kind of things. And our love is growing for one another. That's the beautiful thing. It's not sexual. It's not none of that. It's a love of commitment, of having respect for one another, and being able to come back and say, hey, I was wrong about that. You understand? And like I said, I was so tickled today when I went out on Black Friday. I said a prayer before I left my house and said, God, please don't let it be crazy out here. I wasn't even going out for the sales. I was just going out because I wanted to get this stuff for him. So, and when I tell you my buggy was full of stuff. And when I called him, I came home and I said, I got a surprise for you. He was like, he was so tickled, y'all. He jumped up so quick. And then he wanted to start putting stuff together. I was like, you gotta let me chill for a minute, bruh. I've been running all day today. You let me relax and eat my kava. But anyway, let me see who else came in the chat. Hey, Black T, Life of Patricia, thank you for the latte, darling. Oh, I got 8, y'all. Thank you for my gifts. And I was thinking, I said, Miss April, the month is about to be over. You need to come live, child. And one thing I know, if y'all notice, guys, when me and Johnny do a short together, they be blowing up more than me by myself. So I'm going to start doing shorts with John. Y'all going to see a lot more of me and him, honey. And if y'all would have seen us doing that horses in the stable, y'all would have been peeing on yourself. Because Miss April almost broke her back. I almost fell up into the tripod. And I wish I wouldn't erase that one, because we practiced like 2 or 3 times. And the one I said, let me put my slippers on and try to do it. So when I put my slippers on, Sheena, I tripped and I almost flew into the camera. I put my camera on a tripod. And when I stopped myself, my back like wrenched. And I said, ooh. I'm about to kill myself here. He was like, see, you better be careful. That's why he was like, hell to the no. I'm not jumping around. You crazy? But y'all listen, I did not know that he did the cuckoo thing, the hand gesture with his hand like I'm crazy. I didn't know he did that until I saw the replay. I had the nerve to get mad, y'all. I told him, you don't do that. I said, you don't make it like I'm crazy. I was heated. And then wait a minute, because I didn't see him do it, right? And then I thought about it and I looked at it again. I said, no, actually, this is good, John. This is good. We're going to keep this one. So that I told him, do it again. But when I first saw him do that, because I didn't see him make the cuckoo thing, because I wasn't expecting him to do that. Why he gonna make it like I'm crazy? And then and even my daughter was like, Mom, you be tripping, because I didn't expect him to do that, y'all. You know, John is laid back. And then and I was like, come on, you do it too. He was like, nah, I'm not going. This horse staying in the stable, my ninja. There go my royalty queen. Hi, doll. Royalty queen, baby girl. I was rocking them shoes. I was rocking my sneakers on Thanksgiving Day. When I walked up in my daughter's house, my daughter said, "Oh, mama, you is cute." That made me feel so good. So I had to take my grandson took a couple pictures of me, guys. Hey, Diamond D, y'all cracking up. Yeah, Diamond D, I was mad at that I was going to call him, and you know what? I was mad at that ninja. I said, you don't, and then I'm going to scold him. I was like, you don't do that. You don't make it like I'm crazy. Meanwhile, we know the real deal. He know the real deal. But then after I looked at it, I said, no, John, that's good. We gonna keep this one, because that's funny. I said, matter of fact, we did another take and I said, do it again. But at first I was offended. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm doing a trend. How my beautiful April Love. I was cracking up when you was hopping across. Girl, with my busted up knee, I was tore up. Annette, the next day, I had to take 2 a leave. That night, no, the next day, I was so sore, because I'm old too, y'all, and I got like a bad knee and, just jacked up. I got to be careful. So, and I got a hip replacement. I was hit by a drunk driver years ago, so it ain't like I'm a spring chicken and I can move right. So doing those, we did 3 takes, and when I tell you, it wore my body out. And even John said it. He said, you're going to be sore tomorrow. I said, at least we got it done. I only did it for a half a second, but it worked. She said, I was cracking up when you was hopping across doing that dance, horses in the stable. That one, look on my TikTok, y'all. That thing blowing up over there. But we have fun doing them. That's the one thing. And guys, I'm getting my living room together slowly but surely. My brother got my furniture and everything. I'm so grateful for that. But like I said, there's still some things I want to do before I actually show do a little tour thing, but it's going to be, even my daughter came over. She said, "Oh, Mom, it's going to be nice in here." She said, "It already looks nice." So God is good. I tell you, I'm just grateful, guys. And I got something real crazy to tell y'all in a minute. She said, "Hey, Juju's wife, Diamond D's in the building. Black T, hi, beautiful Black T. Hi, Lakeisha, Sheena B. I love y'all. I'm so glad to see you guys. I miss you guys. I haven't seen you in so long. We're doing the giveaway um, this Sunday after church. I believe, Royalty Queen, if I'm right, there are 4 tumblers that will be given away. Now, I have everybody's name that was on the list, and I just put a couple more on there in the bag. Like, I put the names and I put on strips of paper and I put them in this bag. So I'm just gonna, I didn't even fold the papers or anything. I just put the names on there and put them in a bag. So if there's anybody in the chat that hasn't got their name on the list for a Maxin and Relaxin tumbler, and you would like to be a part of the giveaway, because we're giving away 4 of them on Sunday. So if you put a 1 in the chat, if you would, and I'll tell you if you're already in there, but put a 1 in the chat if you want to be a part of that giveaway to get a Maxin and Relaxin. Okay, Life of Patricia. I think I got you in there, baby. You're already in there, my love. We got you, girl. But I'll double check. I'm going to write your name down and double check. But I'm pretty sure we got you. Yeah, baby, we got you. We on it. You know yep, Miss LaWanda, you're in the bag, baby. You sure are. Now, y'all, I know for a fact. What about Black T? Kitty Lover, you're in there. Yes, Kitty Lover's in there. Kitty Lover's in the giveaway. Her name is in there. Absolutely. Davion be on it. And guys, I wanted to tell you, and I'm gonna reiterate it on the giveaway. Davion purchased 2 Maxin and Relaxin with the Squad's Reaction tumbler for the giveaway. Davion contributed 2 of them. Okay, I contributed 1, and so McDaniels contributed 1. Okay, so we have 4 altogether, and though I wanted them to get the acknowledgement. Okay, Lynette, I got you. You're in there, my sweetie. Lynette Chapman. But I'm going to write you guys' name down and just double check, okay? Yeah, you're in there, my love. But all I got to do is go check, do a double check. You're in there too, Annette. You're in there. I like your name, Pete. Yeah, the tumbler is awesome. They are so beautiful. I love my tumbler. And Trina did a video on hers. It was so cute, guys. If you didn't see Trina Davis's video of getting her tumbler, go watch it. It is so adorable. Trina Davis is so cute. I don't know why I'm looking at my phone and got my computer set. I know my brain ain't thinking right. Yes, that was the funny part about while you took off. Yeah, Sheena, I was shocked when he did that. It threw me off because I didn't know he was going to do that. Like, this is what I told him. I said, baby, I said, now listen to this song, listen to this little song. I said, and what's going to happen is we're going to be moving around like we're dancing. And then when it says that one part, I'm going to take off like I'm galloping like a horse. I said, but you stay still. Don't go. And look, I'm telling him this, right? I said, but you don't follow my suit when I take off. But I didn't know he was going to say I was cuckoo for doing it. I was like, man, you don't do that. And then I was like, and then my daughter was like, Mom, it was funny. I said, I know it was. I said, after I looked at it the second time, I was like, no, this is good. I said, because it happened so natural. I didn't tell him to do none of that. But we did. We had fun. People said we such a cute. They said, oh, you're a cute couple. I was like, oh my goodness. Thank you guys. Thank you, Black T. Black T, are you in the giveaway under a different name? Because I don't remember Black T, the specific name Black T in the on the list. Because I want to put you in there if not. Yes, he did, Sheena B, baby. Didn't he, girl? He understood the assignment. My baby sure did. Annette, the tumbler is the purple tumblers that Roz got made for the Roz squad. Royalty Queen made some tumblers. They're called Maxin' and Relaxin' with the squad's reaction. And it's a bling tumbler. It's purple. And it's really big. It's so nice. You can put your hot and your cold in it. Yeah, it is beautiful. Annette, I have it posted in my shorts. Go look in my shorts at it. I have 2 posts in there of when I got the tumbler and when I got the and then I did a little song to it. So go check it out in the shorts, boo. Hey, classy lady, darling. Royalty Queen said, Annette, it's that cup you drink from, baby. Hi, classy lady. And classy lady, you cracked me up when you saw, we were talking about the short that me and Johnny did. Classy Sheena B said, hey, my classy lady. Hey, girl. But yeah, guys. Oh, guess what happened? I'm in my room and I happened to look outside, guys, in my patio, and I seen a fire truck go by. I said, what the heck is going on? I heard the little siren. So I looked outside, guys, and I looked down to my right, and one of these apartment buildings was on fire. There were 7 fire trucks out here. They had to put the ladder up to the roof of the building, and the firemen walked up the ladder. It was like a walkway ladder, and they got on the roof and they were trying to, crash the roof in so that the smoke would come out. It was crazy. This is in my apartment complex. I've never seen that since I've been living here, them have a fire like that. It was so crazy. I filmed it and everything, y'all. And then one of the fire trucks pulled up in front of my car so close it almost hit my car. And I was like, yo, you hit my car, the fire company's going to be paying Miss April. But I prayed for the firemen, and I prayed hopefully that nobody was in the building, which I don't think it was. But it was bad, guys. There were like 7 fire trucks here. The fire trucks were here. The little cars that drive, I guess they're the fire marshals or whatever. Thank you, Sheena, for my gift, girly girl. I see it. Y'all, give me to that 20. Give me to that 20. Hold on, guys. I'm scrolling back up. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Let me see. Miss April Love, I get on my husband's nerves, but I love him so much. He my husband. Yes, Miss Lakeisha Bass, I'm so glad you said that. Girl, look, I know I get on his nerves. I know I get on John's nerves because I'm a strong woman. And especially when I know things, when I know right is right. You feel me? But I gotta remember, like how I'm not bossy. I'm not a bossy person, but I have a low tolerance for I don't want to say the word common sense. got to do better because everybody ain't going to do things the way I do things. You know what I'm saying? But my thing, what gets on my nerves is like the perfect example. When I came home, I let John know that I had all the stuff, and he didn't do nothing wrong, y'all. Like he just didn't. But when I came home, I wanted to sit down for about an hour or two and relax because I went early this morning, and then when I came home, I was exhausted. I was really tired because I had boxes, and I bought another sweeper because the price was so good. I just, I wanted for my room. It's a little sweeper, and I said that's going to be for my I got a woman cave and he got a man cave. You feel me? So and look, I deserve it. Oh, listen, ladies. When you get married, if you're not married, or if you're married, women can have women caves too. I think every woman should have a room in the home where she can go by herself as long as she wants, as much as she wants. And I got it like that. And he don't mind. Okay? That was one of my prayers. I asked God, I said, I want to be in a relationship where I can go in the room when I want to go in the room. Okay? In my room. It would be Miss April's room. Yes, ma'am. It keeps a marriage good. It keeps a marriage fresh. Trust me when I tell y'all. That's just me. I can't speak for anybody else. But anyway, so when he got up. Now John moves very slow. He's like a turtle. He takes his time. He don't rush to do nothing. Y'all could see that. But he got up, and now he wants to rush me to start doing stuff. He ain't had his coffee. He ain't woke up good. He still have sleep. His eyes was bloodshot. He looked like, I said, John, chill, baby. We gonna get it done. We gonna start putting stuff together. I know you excited. I know you are. I said, but I just got in the door and I need to sit down for a while. I said, and what, you going in there, have your coffee, do your morning routine, and chillax. Okay, darling? And that's how I talk. You understand? But some people don't like that kind of response. He'd be like, he didn't say nothing. He didn't get like mad or angry. He just said, well, I just thought to get the stuff. I said, we will, but let me chill for a moment. Okay, we gonna get it. Trust me. So that's how it be. Those are the kind of things like, thank you, Lynette. I see that, baby. Thank you. And I'm glad you said that to me, girl. Because I don't be trying to be, like I said, marriage is a good thing. Marriage to me is an investment. Definitely got to have the love. I'm so grateful for my husband. I really am, y'all. Never before. And I think it's because I've grown and learned from some mistakes that I've made in the past. And also when you have a good, it depends on what you're looking for in a marriage, the qualities that you want. And I think that two people are to grow together, homie, lover, friends. I just believe that. I just believe that your husband or your wife should be your best friend. They should have your back at all times, and I just believe that. I believe that with everything in me. First and foremost, the in the relationship, so, and then communicate and not thinking that everything is going to be good. And then, okay, here, let me say this. Being able to have a disagreement, whether you have 2 or 3 in a day, but you get over those disagreements, never go to bed angry, never go to bed mad at each other. You get over them and you keep it moving. You understand? Some people hold on to it. They get in a couple will get in an argument and then they hold on to that thing and carry it. No, you cannot do that in marriages or in relationships. I'm telling you. And I'm not trying to sound like a relationship expert. I'm just saying what works for me and John. We're not going to bed angry. I'm going to talk. I'm going to communicate to him. And then he'll come back and he'll give me what his view was on it. And then I'll also encourage him, even if I disagree with something, I'll say, but this is, that was good what you said. That was right. And I agree with you on that. So it's like compromising and then picking and choosing the battle, So, like I said, and continuing to work on myself, like I have to pay attention that I'm grieving intensely, guys. I didn't realize how intense grief is until these last few months. Grief it changes courses. And with me, when I'm grieving, it triggers my anxiety, and I'm recognizing that. It's like I have thoughts of worrying about losing people. I'd be like, Lord, I can't lose another person. And my sister said, baby, you can't think like that. You cannot, because it'll have you stressed out. And I don't know if anybody else is like that when you've had a traumatic loss, so I pray all the time to God. But now what I have to do is not pray that to God and say, God, please don't let me lose another person. I need to pray and ask God to give me to help me keep my focus on him and give me peace. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think, because that's almost like I'm trying to bargain with him. No, and God doesn't bargain. So it's like if I'm putting my trust in God and I'm praying and I'm having faith, then that's all that should matter. None of that. God does not want me to walk around with that kind of a thought process, because that's no way to live. You understand? That's why that book, The Battleship of the Mind, it's a very good book, because the mind will mess with you like that. My mind messes with me, and I know it's just a trauma response. So I have to get back in my peace and say, God, I trust you. I'm not going to walk around here worried about that. If I don't hear from somebody in my family, if I call them and I don't hear from them for an hour or two, don't panic. And I was doing that. I was panicking, guys, like, oh my God, where are they at? What's happening? And I start thinking all kind of crazy stuff, and also, guys, I got an appointment on the 10th with a mental health person. It'll be telehealth, and they're going to give me a therapist. That's what I want. I'm going to have a grief therapist and a regular, I don't know if it's a psychologist, but I'm definitely getting a therapist. I'm so grateful for that. It took me a long time. It was hard to get that, but as you guys knew the journey, so now I actually have the appointment to get my mental health taken care of, because I am in a grieving process, and I'm not doing well on my own. You understand what I'm saying? I just think I need a little bit more help with that. And I'm just not ashamed to admit that, guys. I'm just not. So, it's just that simple. But anyway, let me see what you guys are saying. Make sure y'all have renter. Yeah, we do. Classy lady, you are so on it. Make sure you have renter's insurance, living in apartments. That mean it was a 7-alarm fire, and it was serious, classy lady. I got the video and everything. I was thinking about posting it. Let me tell you what happened, classy lady. Me and my daughter that passed, we were living in an apartment complex years ago. A young 13-year-old was home with his sister. His mom was working up overnights. He was making some French fries, and the stove caught on fire. These apartments were dry rotted. And that apartment went up in smoke instantly. So it damaged, we got the damage because they came through the roof. Well, it burned through the roof, and the water, we got water damage, smoke damage, everything. It destroyed everything we had. Check this out. We had the renter's insurance with the renter's apartment, classy lady. I learned my lesson from this. We were paying them for renter's insurance. We were paying them renter's insurance. Guess what, honey? The renter's insurance we were paying for, which they led people to believe, covered our stuff. It did not cover our stuff. It only covered their stuff. So I do not go with I would not suggest, if you live in an apartment complex, unless you know and have read that thing through and through, and they give you millions of papers with tiny words. It's more for them than it is for you. Now we have renter's insurance through. We have a bundle plan with my car insurance and renter's insurance. We have that together, and it has nothing to do with the rent people. We're not using their insurance. They wanted us to use their insurance, but we didn't want to. No, I'm not using your insurance, and we have to show them proof every so many months that we have it. So you're right. You're absolutely right about that, because I learned the hard way that you could lose everything. So many people sued that place I was living in because they had us believe that we were paying for not only if a building goes up in smoke, their property. We thought that it was paying for our property damage as well, and it wasn't. That was devastating. Devastating. You said that's that Aries coming out. You need from your own insurance company. Yes, get your own. We do, baby. We got our we do got our own. Diamond D said, praying for your strength and peace of mind. Thank you, Diamond D, baby. Thank you so much, because I do have a lot. I just do. I have a lot going on. But guys, at the same time, hear me and hear me good, please. When I tell y'all, oh my God, God is so good. When I tell you God is so amazing, and the love that he has for us is just amazing. It's so amazing. And when I put my trust in him, it doesn't mean things are going to be easy. Difficult things come down the pike, y'all. But like I said, I am very much in tune with, for some reason, the last couple months, my grief has intensified to me, to where it's, I can tell by other responses that my grief triggers other things, and that's what's been going on, and I'm very aware of it. So like I said, I'm doing this for not only am I doing it for me, I'm doing it for me, my husband. If I have to take care of myself, and in order for our marriage to run smooth, just like John has to work on himself, just like, or even in a family setting, with my children, with my brothers and sisters, the same thing. You understand? So like I said, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that things are happening in that respect, and that, and that I'm aware of it. Because it says awareness precedes change. When I'm aware of it, then I see it, then I can say, okay, April, this is something that you have to work toward. You have to, take care of this, But I'm grateful, and I pray, Diamond D, I pray every day, and this is true, y'all. I pray every day when it comes to my marriage. I pray every day and I thank God every single day for my marriage. And I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. Because me and John work so well together. We are like a perfect fit. It has, and honestly speaking, guys, when it comes, you know, and I don't know if it's age difference. I don't expect everybody to view it like this, especially the younger generation or younger people. If you want like my daughter, she wants a fine man. She wants a man that looks good, that she's physically attracted to. That's not what Miss April was looking for. Those days to me were not that that isn't a good thing, but that wasn't at the top of my list. It wasn't a priority, because here's what happens with Miss April. When the man steps up and be a man, that is what attracts me to him. That's what makes me attracted to him. That's what makes me want to be with him. That's what makes me want to put on a negligee and say, look here, baby. You know, they jiggling, baby. Go ahead, baby. They jiggling, baby. That's what motivates me. What's my motivation? You show me the man in you? Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Wicked Cinepal. I'm good. How you been, boo? I'm enjoying some cherry pie. Oh, I'm so jealous. I want some cherry pie, Wicked Senpai. Senpai. Hi, Marianne, my beautiful Marianne Watson. Hi, darling. Classy lady, you should have been a therapist or a psychiatrist. You are very, very, I'm serious. I don't know if that was something that you thought of ever in life, but you have really, really good insight on things like that. You really do. Y'all want to see how I look before I get ready to go to bed? I got my hair wrapped and everything. I got to catch up on replays. I watched Davion. I didn't even know Davion was live because I've been running all day. Y'all should have saw the line at the Best Buy. It was out the door, not out the door. The line was wrapped around aisles to the checkout, guys. The line was wrapped around aisles. I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. That's how busy. Now, the Best Buy was busy. Walmart wasn't that busy. It was busy, but not that busy. So it was a blessing today. I was so grateful for it not being crazy, because what they said is happening is people are ordering things online. Okay, so that's why there wasn't so many people at the stores. And I didn't see no great sales, guys. I didn't see no, you know how on Black Friday, aren't TVs and stuff supposed to be marked down? I didn't see any of that. I didn't see no great markdowns. I wasn't looking that hard either, though. My past job, I saved a lot of lives and had to talk a lot. You have the gift, classy lady. You should start your own channel. Or it's just a suggestion. I mean, to me, it's just a suggestion, because you do have a lot to offer and you do have a lot of great insight. And I can see you being like that. I can see you helping people in that area because, okay, let me give you, just saying this. Like when you said about the renter's insurance, okay, that kind of stuff. You have a lot of things that will help people. You feel me? And I just love that Diamond D says she praying for my strength. And I'm praying yours, Diamond D. And I told y'all, I ain't going to tell you no more. You can inbox me. And I'll say it again. I'm talking about I ain't going to tell you no more. But guys, I needed to come on and say hi. I don't see any good sales online. Yeah, my granddaughter said that she did her shopping online. I shopped a little bit online. I got a few good deals. My granddaughter did too, Miss LaWanda. She told me. She said, Grandma, because I asked them were they going to go out. shopping, and my oldest granddaughter, was she getting just as thick as she want. I couldn't believe how thick her little booty got. I said, "Oh my God, girl, what is you doing?" She used to be a little small thing. She looked good though, y'all. My oldest granddaughter, she looking thick and luscious. That's what that man, that's what that relationship do to you. Cause she in a relationship now, y'all. But it was so good to spend time with them. I had them cracking up. Them kids was laughing at their grandmother. I was making jokes, honey. They was really laughing too. It made me feel good. Okay, I wrote those names down and I'll check. But like I said, I know Miss Lawanda's in there. I know Life of Patricia. I know Kitty Love. Yeah, you guys are all in there. Oh, and I put I had hit Davion up today and asked her if I could put "Yep, It's Me" in the drawing, um, to just to put her in there. I just thought about her, and I said, yeah, I would like to. I just think she would be so appreciative, to know, just to even know that she was put in there. And I'm going to show y'all the bag and all that and all the names. I ain't touched nothing. I just wrote the names down, cut them off, and put them in the bag. And I just put the bag to the side. And we're going to do it live. I was thinking I wanted to do it with Davion. I wanted to have her draw some out of a bag, but then I said it'll be too much. Like, go on her channel. She said, well, if you want to do it like that. And then I said, she can have a bag and I can have a bag. And then I said, no, that's just too much. But because I was thinking then she would have to do what I did, like write all the names down, cut them out, put them in a bag. And I was like, she might not want to do all that, So I said, I'll just be jumping the gun on her so much stuff. I don't know if you saw it. Oh, Pumpkin. I didn't know that was you, girl. I didn't know, Pumpkin. Yes, classy lady. I get out of church at about 1:00. What I'll do is I will announce it in the sister circle and on my YouTube what time. Because even if you're not there, if your name gets pulled, you still get the tumbler. So you know what I mean? We're not going to do it to where if your name gets pulled and you're not there. If your name gets pulled, that's you get the tumbler. So I don't have to do all that. I'm just thinking that I still will post the time, or maybe probably around 3-ish. Yeah, because that's what time I usually come on Sunday anyway. But if you're not there, let me write Miss Lakeisha Bass's name down. I know it's on that list. I got the list in my phone, guys. And all I got to do is go check it when I get off. Check the names. But I just wrote Lakeisha's name just to be safe. We got Marianne. I got you on the list. Dana Bland, got her. Grandma Gigi, got Kitty Lover, Life of Patricia. Lynette Chapman, yes, I got you written down, boo. And Miss Annette's in there. What about Diamond D? I think I got Diamond D. She's on that list. I'm going to write her name down, too. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of names. There's, a substantial amount, but not like a whole bunch of names. You know what I mean? So everybody will definitely have a good shot at getting a tumbler. I'm excited. I can't wait. The way he was winding his hips. Black T, that's all he do. But I didn't even know he could do that. John would never dance for me, guys. I like if I'm in the house and I'm bouncing around dancing, I'll be like, "Come on, baby," y'all know how I am, and he'd be like, "I can't dance, I can't dance," but when he get on here and do these TikTok, he be throwing down. I'll be like, "Look at this ninja," and people love him, y'all. Everybody be talking about John. They be like, uh, go on my TikTok. They be talking about how cute he is. I'm like, okay. And I be showing him too. He be loving it. He be loving it. How long I been on? I've been on 55 minutes. But yeah, guys, I'm doing good. I promise you I am. Things get a little hectic sometimes, but things are going good. Things are happening. I do have an inner peace, and I'm very much grateful beyond words. I'm walking out my door, guys. I'm grateful beyond words. Let me let Johnny say hi. Hold on, y'all. Say hi. Just say, hey, these are the YouTube people.
Hello, hey.
John said, hey, guys. They love your short.
What short?
When we was dancing.
Oh.
They said you be moving your hips.
Tell him I take after you.
He said, y'all hear him? He said he'd take after me, y'all. How'd you feel about doing the short when I was doing the horses in the stable?
I thought it was crazy.
You not gonna bounce around like that?
Huh?
You ain't gonna do it like that?
Hell no.
Y'all hear him? Tony Lawson said, happy holidays, Johnny.
Same to you.
He said, same to you. Miss LaWanda said, hey, Johnny. John said, hell, y'all hear him? He said, hell no. Oh, I want to show y'all my Christmas tree. Hold on, y'all. I know I look rough. Look at it, ain't it cute? I still got to put the thing at the bottom. I got to put a star up there. I'm trying to get my stuff together, y'all, slowly but surely. I ain't going to show y'all everything. I want to show y'all. I know y'all saw me. I don't care. I have my hair wrapped, looking busted and disgusted. It's all good, though. Miss April, don't be too ashamed. What you see is what you get. Y'all like my little tree? That's the first tree I put up in how many years? About 20 years. I'm not kidding you. I got to get the star. I got to get, I didn't want the different color lights. I got to get some blue. I want to put some blue on it. Yeah, you see my tree? And Classy Lady, guess where I got my tree? Classy Lady. Yeah, that's our little tree. It's in our living room. I think it's 5 feet. It's taller than me. It's just skinny. And it don't have it all the way to the bottom. But yeah, and my daughter told me, Mom, when you're doing a tree, you got to get 2 of everything. Like 2 boxes of bulbs, the garland to go around it. And I kept forgetting stuff. I forgot to get the, why aren't the lights on at the top? I forgot to get the star. I forgot to get the thing to go up under the tree. I got my mother's knickknacks up from Christmas. My stepfather had gave them to me before he passed away, and I got them sitting out, the 3 little chocolate wise men. My mother loved Christmas, y'all. She has so many ornaments and things. Thank you, Tony. Classy lady. Wait, classy lady. Do this look like a Charlie Brown tree? Why aren't the lights on at the top? What happened? Oh. Hold on, y'all. My lights aren't on at the top. They sure aren't. I'll get the rest of the stuff tomorrow. I just can't believe. I know that I'm out of practice doing a tree. Okay. Look at the top. My lights are not on it. It don't look like a Charlie Brown tree. Guys, look at this. That's from my mom. It's the manger. You can't see it, it's dark. That's what I love. Look at them little chocolate people. Oh, I love it. And this is from my brother's, Mr. Wheat. There's a story behind that. My sister sent that to me from my brother's homegoing. There's a story about it. I got my poem that my brother, wait. No, that ain't nothing to show. Yeah, I got my little knickknacks up. Y'all, because I really don't, y'all got to know that Miss April really, I had stopped celebrating Christmas. I really did. Like, all my stuff that I had, and this has been years. I couldn't even tell you where my, hold on. Y'all know I'm outside, right? No, that's the one thing I like about not having the camera on. I can come sit on my patio and smoke a cigarette and talk to y'all. But yeah, let me get back to so I had stopped celebrating. I stopped putting trees up. I mean, I was like everybody. I had all kind of decorations, outside decorations. I've done all of that. And then for some reason, it hit me one year. It was so commercialized and people were acting so crazy. Like I had went out to shop and people were like arguing and fighting and it was just so ugly and it turned me off. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. So it left a bad taste in my mouth and I just stopped decorating. And, like even celebrating, like I would give of course, my kids, well, they were pretty much older. I'd give them money so they can go do what they want, but I did not plug into like playing Christmas music, none of that. This is the first year. That's why I know something is going on in my heart, y'all, in my spirit. This is the first year that I have wanted to do this. Even last year, I didn't want to do it. And if I don't want to do it, it don't bother me. I'm like, it ain't no big deal. And how about when I first started putting this tree up, a friend of mine called me and she said, I'm just calling to check on you because I know you hate the holidays. I know you hate Thanksgiving. And I told her, I said, actually, I'm putting up a tree right now as we speak. She was like, get out of here. I said, yeah. I said, I'm putting up a tree. She was like, oh my goodness, what made you do that? I said, I don't know. I said, I just wanted to. So she was like really surprised. Hey, Brenda Hogan. Hey, I did. I had a really good Thanksgiving. I went over to my daughter's and we sat and it was quiet and it was nice. My daughter fixed ham, turkey, greens, green beans, macaroni and cheese, yam souffle, sweet potato souffle. We had yeast rolls. What else? Pecan pie, them cream jello thingies, just a bunch of stuff. She made so much stuff. And what really blessed me on Thanksgiving, guys, my grandson, like my teenage, the girls, like my oldest granddaughter, 20. I think she just turned 21. And the two girls, I know that of course they love me absolutely, but they're just different than my grandson, because when I lived with them at the time, my grandson was young, and I was more so watching him, and he was like, me and him were couldn't just never were separated. I took him everywhere. I cut his hair. I just invested so much into him. And so like when I leave their house, every time I leave their house, he follows me outside. Now he's a teenager, way taller than me, talks like a man. I mean, his voice is so deep. I'll be like, "Oh my God, baby." So y'all got to think about this. I know him when he was a little baby till now, so he's just so grown up. But he follows me outside and we talk intimately. You know, I ask him what's going on in his love life. I ask him how he's been feeling about things, and you know, and he talks openly with me, and I think that's so beautiful. And he just wants to be up under me, like, and he always wants to hug me, and that just is so beautiful. So that really blessed me. And when he showed me that, Miss LaWanda, I know you saw that video on my Facebook. That was a guy I dated. He's Japanese and white. I put on there my friend, my sweet friend, but me and him actually were dating, and he was awesome. He was an awesome man, I swear. Even my grandson said he's a good man. I said, yes, he was. But my grandson videotaped that on his iPad or whatever it was back when he was that age, and he kept it. He's had it from that time. So when he told me today, we were just talking yesterday, and he said, "Oh yeah, Grandma, I still got a video of me and Billy," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Wait a minute." He said, "Yeah." He said, and I said, "How come you never told me that?" So he pulled it up and showed me, Miss LaWanda, and I started crying because I was so overwhelmed and so shocked. I have not seen, you know, since he's passed. He's been passed about 4 years. And so, and I never knew that he had that. So that was so special. So he sent it to me, and that blessed me. I said, wow, for him to keep it like that, it was special to him as well. You know? Mm-hmm. But guys, I've been on 1 hour and 7 minutes. Thank you, Tony Lawson, darling. She said, "Oh, but classy lady, that's a Family Dollar tree, but it wasn't cheap. It was not cheap. I promise you. And I didn't want no big, gigantic, fat tree that I would have to do so much to, because it's just me and John, you know. And I didn't want a tiny tree either. I didn't want no little tree you sit up on a counter or something. I don't want that. I did want to, like, you could put presents under it, you know. But guys, I thank you guys. I thank everyone for the gifts. I appreciate them so much. And I was talking to, and like I said, just a reminder, a friendly reminder, I'm going to bless my mods for Christmas. Thank you, Miss LaWanda. I'm going to bless my mods for Christmas, definitely. It'll probably be before Christmas. I'll start doing it this month. So, and I'd say I more so say it to keep reminding myself, you know what I'm saying, to get myself motivated. And I did pretty good with my what is it called? The monitor, my revenue. My revenue was decent, so I said that's going to go to my mods. And I think that's awesome. Where I won't have to cover that out of pocket too much, which I would if I would anyway. Y'all know that, but I just think that's a blessing that it's in there like that. That's what I think it, because I told y'all when I first started the page, that's what I felt like it was for, you know. Now if you can get more, that's a bonus, but because YouTube ain't my end all be all, you know. But it is nice to get the revenue. I ain't gonna don't never think Miss April don't appreciate the revenue, because listen, y'all, on some months that little money helped Miss April. You understand? But it is not my end all be all. I'm not going to sell my soul to the devil for no YouTube change. Oh no, and I don't have to, and not even sell my soul. I'm not going to. It just I don't have to do that. It's to me, it's just a blessing. It's an amazing blessing. I'll be so proud when I be showing people. I'll be like, look, y'all, you get paid to do this. I'll be in the store and showing them my videos. I'll be like, and you can get revenue. And they be making people want to start their own channel. I'll be like, you got to work now. You got to have some kind of niche if you're going to come out here and it just happened. It might happen like that for some, but not, I think you got to put the work into it. Yeah. It's really cold tonight, guys. Today it was warm. It was like 70. They were talking about it. No, yesterday. They said it was going to be really, really cold Thanksgiving. Now, Thanksgiving was nice. It was in the 60s. But last night, when I tell you that temperature dropped so low, it was freezing. I felt like I was up north. So they hit it on the head, but it wasn't until the evening that it got cold. Because I told John, I said, these weathermen don't know what they talking about. That is so beautiful. I love keeping memories too. I'm so happy for Miss April, and I'm proud. Thank you, Pumpkin. I'm so proud of you. And I'm proud of myself, Pumpkin. I really, really am. I'm proud of myself. I just some days I feel like, April, pat yourself on the back, because you working this thing. You getting through some stuff, wanting to be a blessing to my husband, just loving on him and things like that, just seeing what God has blessed me with and being so appreciative of it, those kind of things. And then, doing the work I need to do on myself to be a better person. I think that's awesome. And sometimes you do have to encourage yourself, Most importantly, I feel like we should encourage ourselves. If we have the expectations of other people doing it, but it feels so good when somebody else recognizes it. That's what I love. When somebody else can see what I see about me, that is the hit. That is it right there. That's the win. Like I say, that's the win, And you said, sorry, I typed too fast. Thank you for sharing all that. This was the best Thanksgiving ever, and I can't wait for Christmas. Family just completes all the puzzle. Yes, you're so right. And I do know, Pumpkin, and that's how I feel this year. I feel different. Even though my daughter's not here, that my daughter that passed is not here, that because the holidays are the hardest times. When you have loved ones that are no longer here. But this year feels so different to me. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I'm looking forward to family. I'm looking forward to you guys. I'm looking forward to giving. I'm telling you, listen, I told y'all, for Miss April to put up a tree, something different is going on with me. And that's facts. That's facts. Oh, and before I get off, I will be glad when Roz come back. I'm missing her. I'm telling you. It's funny. I'm like, I don't even hardly be wanting to come live. Roz don't be coming live. Roz is my motivator, honey. She's one of my motivating factors. But I just miss hearing her. And I know she's coming back. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'm so proud of her. She does on YouTube what no other person can do. Ain't nobody on that left side could ever do what Roz can do. That's why Roz will stay being the GOAT. Okay? This is Roz's sector. Miss April said it, and I'm sticking to it, because ain't none of them will leave off of YouTube like Roz did. And this is not her first go around to do it. None of them would be able to do it. They haven't done it, and they not going to do it. Okay? And if they do, prove me wrong. Prove Miss April wrong. I bet you can't. I bet you can't. They not gonna do like Roz. They not gonna do like Miss Roz. Clock that T. Clock that T. And I love it. And I love it. But anyway, guys, I've rambled and I've talked, and I thank you all. Thank you. I got the 12 gifts. I'm so appreciative of that. I really am. And thank you all for coming. Thank you all for participating in the conversation and listening to me ramble. And I'm telling you, I'm excited because I have not been on for a while. I'm excited. When I haven't talked to you guys and I get on here, I do get excited. It's like, I don't know, like somebody you haven't seen in a long time and you're like, "Ooh, I miss you." That's how I feel. But anyway, I'm going to get off and eat a little bit more of my kava. I got the lamb meatballs, which they are fire, with the rice. I got the all the sides that you can put in it. I got the lentil. I got the, what was it? Oh, I can't think of what it is. What did I get put on there? Oh, I got the corn, the way they season up their corn. And I also bought the pita. They got these pita guys. You can get them salty or you can get them sweet. And they're fresh pita. And I got the sweet ones. I wanted to try them. And they give you a container of honey. And honey, when I tell you they good, they fire. Yes, they are. So if you got a kava, C-A-V-A, in your area, give it a try. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. They're a little pricey, but their food is so worth it. But anyway, I'm going to get back to watching Flight Risk. I got to rewind it. If you guys want a good movie to watch, a good thriller, nail biter, on the edge of your seat movie, watch Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg. It has some comedy to it. It has some real crazy, drastic stuff, but it is really, really good. And on that note, I love you guys. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I pray everyone have a wonderful night tonight, a good night's rest. Wake up refreshed, okay? Let me read what you said, baby, before I get off. That's how I'm feeling, too. I feel like 2026 will be a great year for doors to open for me. Pumpkin, you have claimed it, and you will receive that. And I believe that for you, too, with everything in me. All right, have a great rest of your Friday and weekend, Miss April. I love you, and I love you more. You're so awesome. Enjoy that delicious food, girl. Thank you, Pumpkin. And you guys all enjoy the rest of your night. And thank you once again for the gifts. Glad to see you guys again. And we will talk soon. Sunday, the giveaway. Don't forget. I'll remind you guys. All right. Love you. Bye-bye.